A projectile is fired with the initial velocity of 50 meters a second at some angle above the horizontal. If the projectile's horizontal speed is 20 meters a second, the first question would be, at what angle was the projectile fired? So first, we're going to go ahead and use the guess method. And with the given information, we know that the initial velocity is 50. The initial velocity in the x direction is 20, and since that doesn't change, the velocity in the x direction is also 20. So for this question, we're going to be using the equation delta x is equal to v0 cosine theta. And now all we're going to do is plug in the values that we were given and solve for theta. So 20 is equal to 50 cosine theta. We're going to go ahead and divide 50 to get cosine theta by itself on both sides. So we get 20 over 50 is equal to cosine theta. And then since now we're wanting to solve for theta, we want to get cosine on the other side. So what we would have to do is do the inverse of cosine. So theta is equal to inverse cosine 20 over 50. And now all you want to do is plug that into a calculator, and when simplified, you get theta is equal to 66.4 degrees. So for the second question, it's what is the initial vertical velocity? So now, since we know that theta is equal to 66.4, and since we were given from the question the initial velocity equal to 50, since we're solving for the initial velocity in the y direction, we would use the equation initial velocity in the y direction is equal to v0 sine theta. And now just plug in your values, which would be v0y is equal to 50 sine 66.4, and just solve. So after plugging in sine 66.4 times 50, we get that v0y, or our initial velocity in the y direction, is equal to 45.8 meters per second.